To dress up can mean to put on formal or fancy clothes for a special occasion, such as a wedding, a party, or a meeting. For example, you might say I have to dress up for my cousin's graduation ceremony, or she loves to dress up in elegant dresses and jewelry. To dress up can also mean to put on special or unusual clothes in order to change your appearance, usually for fun or entertainment. This can include wearing costumes, disguises, masks, makeup, or accessories. For example, you might say he dressed up as a pirate for Halloween, or the kids enjoy playing dress up with their parents' clothes.
Where the agents dress up like Arabs and try to bribe congressmen?
Yeah.
Where the agents dress up like Arabs and try to bribe congressmen?
Yeah.
Why'd we do it, Dan? Dress up like that. Why'd we do it, Dan? Dress up like that.
Well, I understand it's customary to dress up for a party. Well, I understand it's customary to dress up for a party.
The phrase "at last" means after a long time or finally. It is used to express that something has happened that you have been waiting for or hoping for. For example, you can say "at last, I finished my homework," or "she arrived at last, after hours of delay." You can also use the phrase "at long last" to emphasize that something took a very long time to happen. For example, you can say "at long last, he proposed to her," or "they won the championship at long last."
We come to it at last. We come to it at last.
We meet again at last. We meet again at last.
Because I see at long last what's wrong with the world. Because I see at long last what's wrong with the world.
The phrase "as usual" means in the way that often happens and is expected, or in the customary or usual manner. It is used to describe something that is normal, typical, or routine. For example, you can say "as usual, he was late for the meeting," or "she went to the gym as usual." You can also use the phrase "as per usual" to emphasize that something is very predictable or boring. For example, you can say "as per usual, he forgot to do his homework," or "she complained about everything as per usual."
Oh, you're probably right, as usual. Oh, you're probably right, as usual.
Rob Essler, you're looking fetching, as usual. Rob Essler, you're looking fetching, as usual.
And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual? And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
The meaning of "to find out" is to learn something that you didn't know before, usually by making an effort to search for it or discover it. For example, you can say "I want to find out the truth about him," or "she found out that he was lying to her." You can also use this phrase to describe catching someone doing something wrong or revealing their true identity. For example, you can say "he was afraid of being found out by the police," or "she found out that he was a spy."
Oh, you mean when they find out that you've helped us, they're gonna kill you? Oh, you mean when they find out that you've helped us, they're gonna kill you?
I'll call around, find out where we can buy shells. Ask them. I'll call around, find out where we can buy shells. Ask them.
And I found out by accident. And I found out by accident.
The meaning of "to look at" is to direct your eyes in order to see something or someone. For example, you can say, "Look at the sky, it's so beautiful," or "She looked at him and smiled." You can also use this phrase to mean to read, examine, or consider something carefully. For example, you can say, "Can you look at my essay and give me some feedback?" Or, "We are looking at different options for our vacation."
Seriously, how often do you really look at a man's shoes? Seriously, how often do you really look at a man's shoes?
Brooks, look at his neck. He's bleeding. Brooks, look at his neck. He's bleeding.
This needs a serious look at, Steve. This needs a serious look at, Steve.
The meaning of to look for is to search or try to find someone or something. You often look for something when you have lost it or need it. For example, you might look for your keys if you can't find them, or you might look for a new job if you are unhappy with your current one. There are different ways to use this phrasal verb in a sentence. Here are some examples.
You can use it with an object. I'm looking for my glasses. Have you seen them? You can use it with a question word. What are you looking for in a partner? You can use it with a preposition. She's looking for a place to stay. You can use it with an infinitive. He's looking for a way to make money online. You can also use look for in different tenses and forms. Here are some examples. Present continuous. They are looking for a new car. Past simple. She looked for him everywhere. Present perfect. Have you looked for the remote control? Future simple. I will look for a better solution tomorrow. Gerund. Looking for a needle in a haystack is impossible. Passive. The missing child was looked for by the police.
Look for your friends. Look for your friends.
I'll go look for some food.
Take the shotgun.
I'll go look for some food.
Take the shotgun.
So we went looking for the stones. So we went looking for the stones.
The meaning of all right depends on how it is used in a sentence. It can be an adjective, an adverb, or an exclamation. Here are some definitions and examples of each usage. As an adjective, all right means satisfactory, acceptable, or good. For example, the food was all right, but I've had better. Or she seems to think that it's perfectly all right to break the law.
As an adverb, all right means well, certainly, or without any doubt. For example, he does all right in school. Or it's him all right. I recognize his voice. As an exclamation, all right means yes, okay, or agreed. For example, all right, I'll lend you the money. Or all right, let's go. There is also a variant spelling of all right that is written as one word, all right. This spelling is less formal and more common in informal writing and speech. Some people consider it incorrect or non-standard, while others accept it as a modern form. For example, are you feeling all right? Or that movie was all right.
It's going to be all right, son. It's going to be all right, son.
All right, let's hear it. All right, let's hear it.
Well, here's what you do, all right? Well, here's what you do, all right?
The meaning of all along is to say that something has been true or happening from the beginning or throughout a period of time. For example, you might say she knew all along that he was lying or he was the culprit all along. You can use all along as an adverb in a sentence to modify a verb, an adjective, or another adverb.
For example, you might say, they have been working hard all along, or, she was all along very unhappy with her job. You can also use all along as an idiom to express agreement, confirmation, or surprise. For example, you might say, all along, I thought you were joking, or, all along, he was the one who helped me.
When all along, what he lived for was me. When all along, what he lived for was me.
I guess I've just been wanting to go with him all along and never realized it. I guess I've just been wanting to go with him all along and never realized it.
The exterior, all along the grounds, the entryway. The exterior, all along the grounds, the entryway.
The meaning of little by little is to do something gradually or in small steps. It is often used to describe a slow or steady process that takes time to complete. For example, you might say, I learned English little by little, or, she recovered from her illness little by little. The phrase, little by little, can also be used to express agreement, confirmation, or surprise. For example, you might say, little by little, I realized he was right.
Little by little we approached the border. Little by little we approached the border. Little by little we fell in love. Little by little we fell in love.
But little by little I made him see that I respected him. But little by little I made him see that I respected him.
The meaning of to wear out is to make something become damaged or unusable by using it too much, or to become damaged or unusable in this way. For example, you might say, I wore out my shoes after running every day, or, my phone battery wore out after 2 years.
The phrase to wear out can also mean to make someone very tired by working them hard or demanding a lot of their attention, or to become very tired in this way. For example, you might say the kids wore me out with their constant noise, or I wore myself out studying for the exam.
You're not going to wear me out.
I'm not trying.
You're not going to wear me out.
I'm not trying.
That adrenaline rush wore me out. That adrenaline rush wore me out.
No, it wore out. No, it wore out.
The phrase to drop in on is a phrasal verb that means to visit someone casually or unexpectedly, usually without having arranged it. For example, you can say I decided to drop in on my friend while I was in the neighborhood, or she hates it when her mother drops in on her unannounced. The phrase can also be used without the preposition on, as in why don't you drop in for a cup of tea? Or he dropped into the bookstore on his way home.
The phrase is similar to other phrasal verbs such as drop by, drop over, or drop round, in British English.
Sorry to drop in on you like this. Tomorrow is ballet. Sorry to drop in on you like this. Tomorrow is ballet.
Tell Flora I'll drop in her to make sure everything's okay. Tell Flora I'll drop in her to make sure everything's okay.
Just make sure he doesn't drop in on me, alright? Just make sure he doesn't drop in on me, alright?
To tell someone not to worry about something because it is not important or because you will do it yourself. For example, I'm sorry I spilled your coffee. Never mind, I'll clean it up. To refuse to answer a question or give more information. For example, what were you doing last night? Never mind, it's none of your business. To indicate that what has been said of one thing applies even more to another. For example, she can't even boil an egg, never mind cook a whole meal. To disregard something that has been previously mentioned or asked. For example, do you want to go to the movies with me? Never mind, I just remembered I have other plans. To emphasize that something is even less likely or possible than something else. For example, I can barely walk with this injury, never mind run a marathon.
Never mind, can you, just sit down? Never mind, can you, just sit down?
I'm okay, never mind me, how are you? I'm okay, never mind me, how are you?
Never mind that. Find out where my mother is. Never mind that. Find out where my mother is.